How's it going, everyone? I'm Splatty431 here with some more Pokemon news. And yesterday a brand new trailer came out and it had some awesome new things in it. And of course, with that new trailer, the Pokemon website updated with some more information. So let's get right down into it. So, starting off with the new Pokemon. So first of all, we have Passimian. This Pokemon is a fighting type, has a height of 6.07 and a weight of 182.5 pounds, and has a brand new ability called Receiver. And this Pokemon is actually exclusive to Pokemon Sun. It can only be found in Pokemon Sun and not Pokemon Moon. Okay, so now we have its counterpart, Oranguru. This Pokemon is a normal psychic type, has a height of 4.11 and a weight of 167.6 pounds, and has the abilities Inner Focus and Telepathy. And this Pokemon is the counterpart to Passimian, and therefore is available in Pokemon Moon. Alright, so now we have the evolution to Rockruff as confirmed in Korokoro, but now we have it in the trailer and of course the website too, the two different forms. So right now you're seeing the midday form of Lycanroc. It is a rock type, has a height of 2.07, a weight of 55.1 pounds, and has the abilities Kenai and Sandrush. Meanwhile, here is the Midnight form. This changes its height to 3.07 and its ability to Kenai's and Vital Spirit. Alright, so as always, they have descriptions for each of the Pokemon. So starting off here with Passimian. And I would just like to note that on the website, the first paragraph states that it's exclusive, so apparently when a Pokemon is going to be exclusive, they're going to mention that now. So I left that part out. But either way, let's read the descriptions now. Passimian live in troops of 20 to 30 individuals, all following a leader. The leader will take 20 of the individuals in the best condition to search for food. The troop's teamwork is strong, and the boss of each troop decides what mark members will wear on their arms to distinguish the troops. The boss puts the troop members through training to improve their coordination with one another and their skill in handling berries. Apparently, this training is so hard that some Passimian end up running away. Lobbing berries at foes is how Passimian attacks. They sometimes work in coordination with others, passing berries back and forth to bewilder their opponents. Passimian don't just pitch hard berries at opponents, either they also have a technique that uses soft berries to obscure the opponent's ability to see. Okay, so maybe like they throw it at them or something, I don't know. Passimian wants its trainer to have the qualities of a leader as well. It watches the trainer's form closely when he or she throws Pokeballs, that's interesting, and will not listen to the orders of a trainer with poor form. Okay, and here it mentions its new ability, which you actually see gameplay of in the trailer. Passimian has a new ability, Receiver, which no other Pokemon has previously had. With the Receiver ability, this Pokemon can inherit the ability of an ally who faints in battles. Alright, so in the trailer, I think what happened was like, was it a Wishy-Washy? I'm not sure, I don't remember too well, but that Pokemon fainted during a battle. No wait, no, sorry, it was a Vikavolt. It was fighting with a Vikavolt inside the trailer, and then the Vikavolt fainted, so then the receiver ability activated, and then it got levitate, because that's what Vikavolt ability is. So obviously after that, it won't work again, because now you have the new ability. So next we move on to Oranguru's description. Oranguru lives solitary, lives deep in the forest, and do not usually take much action. Instead, they position themselves high up in the trees to meditate. Long ago, people thought that Oranguru were humans who dwelled in the forest depths, so they called them the people of the forest. Oranguru is kind to other Pokemon living in the forest, providing medicine for injured Pokemon and food for the hungry. Oranguru sometimes act on their own initiative and will use items that only humans normally use. Oh, now that's interesting. Because usually, like wild Pokemon, don't they only use stuff like berries to heal? I don't think they just use human-made items. So that might be interesting. Like, obviously that doesn't really tie into gameplay, of course. I'm talking about in the anime. What does that mean? Does it just like steal those items from humans? That might be kind of weird. From a trainer's perspective, they can be hard Pokemon to handle at times. Allegedly, there have been sightings of Oranguru using Pokeballs. What? What? That makes no sense. Pokemon catch other Pokemon? Is that really? Okay, I thought the descriptions couldn't get any weirder. They just did. Why are all of these descriptions always so weird? A Pokemon can catch other Pokemon apparently. Okay. I don't know, maybe they just keep themselves in. I have no idea. The fan-like objects held by Oranguru are handmade by the Oranguru themselves. Interesting. These fans appear to be made of layers of leaves bound together with Oranguru's own fur. Okay. And then it goes on to describe the new move that only Oranguru can learn. So, it says, Instruct is a move that only Oranguru can learn. It can make the selected target use its most recent move again immediately. Alright, and this is what you also see in the trailer again, which is done in the example of a Wishiwashi. An Oranguru fights with a Wishiwashi in a double battle, of course. So once the Wishiwashi faints, I'm getting confused. So the Wishiwashi doesn't faint, it uses, I think it was Surf, it used Surf, I think. And then immediately after, Oranguru uses Instruct, and this causes Wishiwashi to use Surf again in the same turn. So that means it effectively uses Surf 2 times in one turn. Can you imagine that? You can use basically any move 2 times in one turn, but you just have to have Oranguru use Instruct on that turn. So yeah, I have no idea. Is that going to be worth it or not? That's another thing that you have to like try out for yourself and see if it's good or not. I mean, it sounds interesting, but you don't know. Alright, so now we have Lycanroc, and this description is specifically for the midday form. Lycanroc lives solo in mountains and deserts, not creating a pack. Each has its own territory and live without interfering with one another, which also helps to avoid unnecessary fights. Lycanroc obeys its trainer's orders dutifully. In particular, if a trainer accepted it during its more rebellious pre-evolution period, Lycanroc will never ever betray that trainer and will be the most loyal of partners. The midday form, Lycanroc, is known for speedy movements that leave its opponents bewildered. It dodges opponents' strikes while attacking with sharp rocks of its mane as it slips right past them. Excel Rock is a move that only midday form Lycanroc can learn. Okay, so wait, does that mean that it can't switch between forms? So it's gonna be like Wormadam, where it evolves into a different form based on a factor, but then once it evolves, it keeps whatever form it had permanently? Is that what it's going to be like? In which case it's effectively more than one Pokemon, but technically not at the same time? Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah. It slams into an opponent with quick moves. This move is guaranteed to strike first. Really now? So +1 priority, like quick attack, +2 priority, because it's not going to be +6 for sure. I think the only move with +6 priority is Pursuit, and that's only so that it can, counteract switching Pokemon, so that it can still hit Pokemon while they're switching. Alright, so here's the description. Here's the description for its Midnight form. Midnight form, Lycanroc, provokes its opponents by pressing in hard and inviting their attack. Now when an opponent falls for this tactic and attacks, Lycanroc counters with its forte, a single, devastating blow that finishes off its foe. The stronger its opponent is, the more excited for battle Lycanroc becomes. It doesn't mind getting hurt if it means a victory in battle. Battles thrill it as much as its eyes glow. Contempt rises in this Pokemon for trainers who give orders it doesn't agree with, or who try to force it to battle. On the other hand, it will feel a deep trust with a trainer who can truly draw forth its power in battle. Counter is a move that Rockruff can learn when it evolves into Midnight form Lycanroc. Okay, so they're going to have different learn sets too. So they're not separate Pokemon at all? No? Okay. When Lycanroc takes physical damage from an opponent, it deals double damage back to the same opponent. I'm pretty sure Counter is already an existing move. Well, I guess they didn't necessarily say new move, now that I think about it. But yeah, only the Midnight form can learn Counter, it seems. And that's only after it evolves. Alright, so now we have customization from Pokemon X and Y returning. Some people didn't like that. Trainer customization did not return in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, and honestly, I kind of didn't expect this, really. Like in Pokemon X and Y, they said the only reason training customization is in that game because it's Carlos and it's based off France, which makes no sense. But no, they're going to have trainer customization come back. So they have two description segments written on the Pokemon website, so let's read both of them. The first one is called Alolan Fashions. In Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, you can change things like your character's clothing, hairstyle, or even eye color, thanks to colored contact lenses. So that's similar to Pokemon X and Y. Adventure through Alola while showing off your own player fashion. Alright, but here's a new feature of customization. So that's what it was in Pokemon X and Y, but now they expanded upon it here with a new feature of it called colorful clothing. You can change the look of your clothing with colorful dyes. Perhaps there's a design you like, but you prefer in a different color. Now that wish can come true. So basically, in the screenshot they showed with this text, they showed a white shirt that you can apparently change to different colors. So, but if you actually look at the Japanese footage, I'm pretty sure that you can't change the color of any clothing item. So it's probably exempt from some of them. Alright, so now we have another new feature returning from Pokemon X and Y. That is Pokemon Me, and now it has been expanded upon, and it is now called Pokemon Refresh. So you see footage of this and training customization during the trailer, so let's read what they have to say on it. Use the Pokemon Refresh feature to care for your Pokemon. After a battle, a Pokemon can sometimes end up all dirty. Really? really. No, no, no. They're only doing things like shooting out water from their mouths, giant waves of electricity, earthquakes, thunderbolts, gosh, giant ocean, like tsunami-like levels of. They doing all these crazy attacks, and no, the only thing they feel is a slightly bit dirty. That just amazes me. Oh man. Now when that happens, you can take care of them and get them all cleaned up. By caring for your Pokemon, you can also cure status conditions, okay? Like poison and paralysis that were inflicted on your Pokemon during battle. Okay, so it makes somewhat more sense now. Pokemon that have grown very affectionate thanks to petting them a lot and feeding them their beloved Pokebeans. Pokebeans? Pokebeans? That's the new Pokemon food of this game. So now we have Poffins, we have Pokeblocks, Pokepuffs, and now we have Pokebeans. Right. Okay. Will battle the utmost for you. Sometimes they'll avoid attacks from opposing Pokemon and even hold out when they're on the verge of fainting. Take care of your Pokemon with Pokemon Refresh and they'll be great allies on your adventure. So that last part kinda reminds me of in Pokemon OME from Pokemon X and Y. Where, you know, you would occasionally get an extra critical hit, survive an OHKO attack, things like that, instantly heal status conditions, you know, like a small chance, which got higher as you got more affection on the Pokemon. Yeah, so that was obviously that was only single player only. You can't have that in multiplayer. So yeah, that aspect of Pokemon OME is returning. It's going to be expanded upon. So yeah, it says various. You can wipe away dirt from Pokemon, cause like if it gets dirty, you can cure poison, cure paralysis, feed them, and feed Pokebeans. And of course, the main feature of Pokemon in Pokemon X and Y, petting your Pokemon. That returns in Pokemon Refresh. Alright, so next up we have this awesome art they made for Pokemon Refresh. Look at, I'm not even gonna say anything. Just look at it for yourself. Seriously. Okay, so next we have something really cool, and this was the point in the trailer where I just like pretty much melted. This was the most hype thing I have seen in the whole trailer. I'm not even kidding. This was the most hype thing in the whole trailer. But let's read what it says. Pokemon exclusive Z-moves revealed in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Move. Z-moves make their debut. Each trainer can use just one of these powered-up Z-moves per battle. Z-moves exist for moves of every different type, so all 18 of them, but some Z-moves are exclusive and can be used only by certain Pokemon, such as Snorlax and Alolan Raichu. And now, Pikachu and Eevee join the list of Pokemon able to use exclusive Z-moves. Both of their Z-moves are extremely powerful. Bring Pikachu and Eevee to your battles to see what these high-powered Pokemon can do. Obviously, you can't have like. I'd just like to remind you all that you can't have a Mega Stone and a Z Crystal on a Pokemon at the same time because only one item slot. And interesting to note that is Snorlax's Z Crystal is called Snorlium Z. Yeah, so that's going to be a thing now. You notice how like Mega Stones are all slightly named after their Pokemon, like how Blaziken's Mega Stone is called Blazikenite. So they just add "ite" to the end of the Pokemon's name. So now with the Z Crystals, when there's a Pokemon with an exclusive Z move, the Z Crystal for it has Eum added to its name. So can you imagine Pikachu-ium and Eeveeum? That sounds kind of silly, but that's kind of what it will be. Alright, so here, you see, this is kind of something cool I like too. Like, during the animations for the Z moves, they're just so much more elaborate than the regular move animations for the Pokemon. Like, first of all, you have like a weird dance or pose, and then the Pokemon gets all covered in energy, and then you have like text appearing on the screen showing the name of the move, and then they just boom, tons of damage, or in the case of Eevee, tons of stat boosts. So here we have the two new exclusive Z moves. If you want to see the animations for these, and I seriously recommend that you look up the trailer and see the animations of these Z moves for yourself. They are awesome. So we have Pikachu's Z move, which is called Catastrophica, and Eevee's Z move, which is called Extreme Evo Blow. Okay, so sorry, Extreme Evo Boost. Pikachu's Z move is of course Electric type, and Eevee's Z move is of course Normal type. So, and lastly, they have descriptions for the two new Z moves. So, here's what they have to say about Catastrophica. Pikachu's exclusive Z move, Catastrophica, is a super powered attack move where Pikachu borrows its trainer's strength, wrapping itself in extra high voltage electrical power and charging into its opponent. This will become Pikachu's most powerful attack. Of course, it is a Z move. It is a Z move, and it totally destroyed that Alolan Meowth in the trailer. So now we have Extreme Evo Boost, which is Eevee's Z move. Eevee's exclusive Z move, Extreme Evo Boost, gathers together Sylveon, Jolteon, and more, all of the 8 Pokemon that Eevee can evolve into, and grants their power to Eevee. This powerful move raises Eevee's attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed, all by 2. So yeah, as you can see in the trailer, it shows, you know, attack grows sharply, defense grows sharply, etc, etc. Sharply means plus 2, so I think that doubles it, I'm not sure, doubles your stats. But yeah, you get all of those stat boosts in just one go. Think about it. Xerneas has Geomancy. It does less stat boosts than this, which is a move exclusive to an unevolved Pokemon. So even like, you know what I mean? Like, even Z moves that are defense oriented like this one are still going to be powerful in terms of their defense. I mean, seriously, this is more powerful than Geomancy. I mean, that's just a given. But of course, Geomancy is for a legendary, can be used over and over again. Granted, it does take out 2 turns instead of 1, but this is a single attack for an unevolved Pokemon that can only be used once, yet because of that, it is definitely more powerful. That's something you have to consider. And I can only imagine the amount of damage that all of the attacking Z moves are going to do. So alright. And you know what, I guess that about wraps up for this video, so thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like because they also better chat a lot, and be sure to subscribe for some more Pokemon news. Alright, thanks for watching, bye!